Sean and Joe, another episode ready to go. They're gonna talk about the good and the trash and anything in between. Cherishing make-believe, get ready for Halloween. It's the horror show. I know you missed those guys. Tune in and find out what's on their list tonight. They butcher and dissect, take apart and mutilate. Listen to your two favorite brainiacs communicate. It's the horror show.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Horror Show. Show dissects, mutilates, dismembers, and butchers all of your favorite and not so favorite horror movies and other horror related events. I'm Sean.
I'm Joe.
What's up, Joe?
What's going on, man?
Oh man, nothing. I am so excited for tonight's episode.
Oh, you are? Dude, I didn't want to, so I don't, it's so hard for me to not text you before,
I know.
and just talk about the movie. And like, our first run through, we would do that often. And then, like, when it was time to record, it's like, well, we already fucking said everything. Like, I don't know what else to say. But, so I tried really hard. And I was honestly kind of nervous if this one would be hit or miss for you. Because I personally really, really had fun with it.
Oh, I think this is wild. I think this is insanity. And then when you think about the production of it, it had to have been the craziest shit in the world.
I mean, dude, isn't Andy Sedaris a fucking hero? Like, this guy just, he needs so little, like, in terms of a plot, right? He's just like, these guys are going to do something and these people are going to try and stop him, and then there's just going to be tits and explosions. And then people sign up for it. Like, that's the American dream.
Joe, the end of the movie, when it happened, I was like, oh, was that the goal? I was like, I'm not even sure if that was like, I wasn't sure what the end goal was supposed to be. I'm not sure what they were supposed to be doing.
It's so convoluted because you know, there's like a smuggling story, but then there's also a revenge tale.
Yeah.
Like, none of it matters, right? None of it fucking matters.
Like, the end focuses on this mother-daughter relationship that I thought was a throwaway thing. It was weird.
And we talked about it in the live. When they announced that was mother and daughter, it honestly blew my mind. That can't be real. And we looked it up while on the live because I was like, that can't be a thing. That lady's 24 years older than the actress playing the daughter. That's crazy. She is amazing looking.
She looks, and actually looks, in my opinion, much better than the model. Who, I mean, that's saying, is it not saying a lot, or is that saying a lot? I don't know. They're both very attractive women. Like, it's just wild.
Yeah,
They're
I know what you're saying.
They're models.
Yeah, the daughter is very attractive, but the one playing the mom, like, to be 24 years older, like, she looks insane. Amazing. Yeah, she looks amazing.
Oh, boy. So this Andy Sidaris, and you know, before we kick off this episode, we should probably plug some stuff. We are doing a live show Saturday night. Tickets will be on sale by the time this drops at IHateHorror.com. You'll click the buy the live show link. That's always on our site. And you can buy tickets there for $15. Patreon members in the Mangle Expert tier, they get it for free, baby. And we'll see you there. And we are doing another Andy Sedaris film, Hard Ticket. I fuck this up every time. Hard Ticket to Hawaii, right?
Yes.
Okay, maybe. Who knows? It's by Andy. It's another film by Andy Sedaris. Probably
most well known.
Most well known. That's what I was gonna say. And
it's a well known, and people always bring it up, but it's like good bad movies.
Right. And
have you seen it before?
Requested a lot. No, never.
I have not either.
By the way, real quick, how many shots is too many shots?
How many shots of alcohol?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there needs to be some context. Like, if you're, you know,
like in a drink, in a mixed drink.
Well, in a mixed drink?
Yeah.
5?
5?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine then.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm at the limit. I should probably not.
Anything less than 3 is just like, what's the point? You know.
No. I started with 3.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I refilled, and added some bonus juice.
Yeah, that's how you do it. You start at like the middle, and then you go way too high, and you're like, what the fuck was I thinking, right?
Every fucking time. Oh my god. All right. Well, back to Andy Sedaris. This was remastered in HD on Amazon Prime. Is that where you watched it?
I did.
By remastered in HD, they just mean like blown up and super fucking grainy.
Sean, thank you. Because I said the same thing to Tina, because she was like, "Is there something wrong with the stream?" It's literally just a movie. It's not remastered. They didn't restore shit.
No, they just blew it up into fucking. They just zoomed in really big. Looks like absolute dog shit. Dude, the first line in the description is in all caps, remastered in HD. I was like, oh, that's exciting. And it was not. It was not. You got Eric Estrada.
You do.
Oh, wait. Did we finish our plug? Did we finish our plug for the page?
Great question. Great question. You're talking about Hard Ticket to Hawaii, and then you started asking about shots. We're doing Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
Yeah, we're doing a Hard Ticket to Hawaii on Saturday. We're taking the weekend off again. Joe is moving. So if you want to get a new episode next week, that's the way to do it, is on Patreon. And if you're below Mango Expert tier, that Hard Ticket to Hawaii episode will be released as the Patreon bonus next week. Bonus episode, if you will. And then we'll probably release something for the masses, something from the Patreon archive, for them to sink their teeth into for a week. But yeah, no, it's going to be super fun. I'm super excited about it. It's always a good time. And this will be the last one on the sunroom, the sunroom saga.
That chapter of my life will be closed, thank God.
Oh my God. Excited to see what the new house brings, though. That'll be fun.
Yeah, me too.
And then that's the only other announcement we have. All the merchandise should be out this weekend.
And thank you to everyone who copped.
Oh my God, yeah.
It was great.
It was awesome. I'll never make a sweatshirt again, though, so congratulations to everyone that bought them. Shipping sweatshirts is a fucking nightmare. Dude. Oh, I don't even want to get into it. They're huge. I don't understand. I didn't understand that sweatshirts were gigantic and like took up so much space.
For packing them and shipping them off?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know nothing. Dude, you do all the legwork.
I had to buy these like giant fucking bags because they didn't fit. It was insane. But anyway, I appreciate you all for buying. All right. Now we can talk about guns. We can talk about Andy Sidaris. I'm a little bit bummed out, though, because I feel like we're going to talk about Andy heavily in this. And I would have loved to save some for the live show, but we'll find something to talk about.
You know, the live shows are a fucking mess and people love it. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have... It doesn't matter.
No.
We're all over the place.
Yeah, we are.
Last time, we were saying in the IG chat... I'm pretty sure last time we were reading Kid Rock song titles. So, you know.
Oh, I love it.
So
dude, we were definitely listing John Travolta movies. We went through his entire film catalog. Again, not a way to sell the live show, but we for like 30 minutes, we went through his entire catalog and rated his movies.
Yeah, we did.
Oh my God.
Anyway, Andy Sidaris.
Yes.
Dude, before Marvel came along, this guy had a cinematic universe.
He did. It's insane. It's insane. And this is the 5th installment in it.
And dude, and it has all the same characters, but there's no like consistency as to who's a good guy and who's a villain. They just kind of switch up each time.
And then like they'll sometimes even change their characters. And in this one, I knew that somebody replaced one of the characters. Like somebody knew that, and I was like, "This is fucking insanity."
Listen, man. I want to watch all of his movies. I need to. I need to see everything he's put out there.
Yeah, and his universe is titled the Triple B series, which stands for Bullets, Bombs, and depends on your mood, but babes or boobs. And that's the title of his his series here. It was later given the title Lethal Ladies, and lethal is an acronym, but there's no explanation of what it stands for.
I love that.
Oh my god. And it focused on the adventure team of secret agents and were mostly filmed in Hawaii. Which, like, dude, like, okay, so did we say that in this or the Patreon, how this guy is a hero?
We just said that. I just said
okay.
that.
I wasn't sure if it was on Patreon hyping up this episode. Okay. This guy knew what he was fucking doing. And hopefully he's a good guy. I don't know whether or not he is. Hopefully he is. But like, oh, dude, if I'm making movies, I'm going to be like, yeah, every one of them is going to be set in Hawaii.
I mean, in a filmmaker sense, he's a hero. Like, I know nothing else about the guy. But yes, you're right. Dude chooses the greatest location and just wants to blow things up and show boobs. What's the problem?
Film 18 movies in Hawaii, so you're just there for 6 months out of the year, every fucking year. Like, yeah, absolutely, I'm gonna fucking do that. Are you fucking nuts? Several entries in the series were merely produced by him and were written and directed by others. Although the series featured reoccurring characters, continuity between films was not a priority. I love the way sometimes Wikipedia is worded. Continuity between films was not a priority. Just be like, there was no continuity. It made no sense. And it was common for an actress who played a villain and was killed off in one film to reappear in a subsequent film as a hero. It's amazing.
So this one came out in 1990, right?
Yeah.
Dude,
1990.
I thought, like, I know nothing about Chips. And I was like, oh, Eric Estrada, he must have been writing, like, Chips fame, and that's why they were like, hey, you got to be in our movie. No, Chips premiered 13 years before this.
Oh my god, is that true?
Correct. Yeah, 1977.
Whoa, I did not know that. I assumed that was like an 85, 86 thing.
Yeah, I thought it would be way more recent too. So
whoa,
well, nobody was checking this for Eric Estrada.
And another name that they probably added after the fact, not in the moment of filming, Danny Trejo.
Yeah. Yep.
Danny Trejo has a part in this. He gets a lot of
exactly the
screen
same
time.
as he always has.
Dude, he has not aged a day and still looks 200 years old. Although I would say he doesn't look old. He just looks like a sarcophagus.
He has the most grizzled face of all time.
Right, but it's not like
through a lot.
it's not like true age. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Like,
It's
he
not
doesn't have
elder-
gray hair or anything. He doesn't.
It's just
look like
worn.
He doesn't look like a grandpa. Yeah, he's worn. He's worn out. Man, guy's been worn out for fucking 3 decades. Oh my god. Well, he'll never be on the show.
Did you read about the role of Abe?
Abe.
I believe Abe is the magician guy.
Abe is the magician. I did not read about the role of Abe. I'm so upset.
Right,
the smile on my face is enormous right now.
So the role of Abe was originally cast for a different actor. The actor Chuck McMahon who plays Abe was in Honolulu with his wife because he won an all-expense-paid trip to Hawaii on The Price is Right. The movie was shooting in his hotel, and there was a bunch of misunderstandings. So he just kind of stumbled along and just appeared in the scenes. And then afterwards, when Andy Sidaris was editing it, he realized that this was not the guy that he had in mind to play this role. The guy just kind of stumbled onto the set, and they rolled with it.
Are you fucking kidding? That's fucking insane because he is not just in one scene. He is.
I read that fact before I watched the movie, and I was like, "Oh, I can't wait to see this because this guy must just be like stumbling on. He must just be a blowhard. He is like integral to the plot."
Yo, he is like a part that pushes the story along.
And he's not the right actor. And they claim Andy Sidaris never realized, it wasn't until the editing process that he realized he never cast Chuck McMahon. And he never spoke to him on the set.
Which that's what I was about to say. How is that possible if you're directing a film? That doesn't make sense. If you're directing a film, how do you not speak to this guy? He's in so many scenes.
Dude, there's another piece of trivia that's on IMDb, and I want to give a disclaimer on this trivia because it almost seems too unbelievable, and I tried Googling it, and I couldn't find anything else about this guy. But they claim the bodyguard, who's, he's in a bunch of scenes.
He's huge.
He's huge. They claim he was a freshman running back, and most people projected him going in like the first round to the Houston Oilers, and his agent was like, please do not take a part in this movie because it's just like a small part.
Yeah.
And he refused, and he kicked through the door in that gym scene and tore his ACL.
No fucking way. No fucking.
That's what it says on IMDb. And it says he went to Canadian football after that, but he would have been on the Oilers.
That's like the saddest story I've ever heard, if that's true.
Dude, blowing it on this movie.
That's fucking devastating.
But I Googled him, and I Googled like 1990 running backs. I could not find anything, but that's what it says.
Oh my god! Here's what I'll chalk that up to. I feel like it's not true, but I'll chalk it up to him telling people that. You know what I mean? And some guy talked to him at a con. He said that, and then it got written on IMDb.
I think you might be. Dude, that makes sense.
That sounds like something somebody would say, right? Like, oh yeah, I was going to be in the NFL, and then I tore my ACL in that shitty movie, and that's why I don't make movies, and that's why I don't play football. Listen, that guy, I feel like they miscast this entire movie. That guy is enormous and should have been an agent, and instead. Why do agents have bodyguards? Can you imagine if James Bond had a bodyguard that was like 3 times his size and just beat the shit out? What the fuck? That's so weird. Why would we do that? What?
Agreed.
Downplaying the agents. I also feel it was super weird that the women were the main agents, right?
Yes.
I mean, I guess I should just save this for that scene, but I can't help it. The women were the main agents. Yeah, it seemed like for some reason they peddled the men as the main agents in other scenes. Dude, when they're giving out weapons and they're like, all right, men, take your weapons. And they take the biggest fucking pistols I've ever seen. And then they basically give the women like 4 noisy crickets from Men in Black.
During that scene, the women who, to your point, what you're saying right now, like, these are the heroes. The women are the heroes, and we know this because we've been watching the movie, and we know that they're the ones that are gonna, resolve this. They give them pea shooters.
It's
fucking ridiculous.
It's fucking ridiculous. And one of the guys is like, I'll take this. It's the biggest Magnum I've ever seen in my life, 44 Magnum I've ever seen.
I don't even know what those agents' purpose were. Because when you first meet them, they're just like creeping in women's bathrooms and stuff. And like, then you'll see them again, like pop up at dinner, just like being in the background.
Dude, they're like fucking, one of them owns an airfield, and it was unbelievable. The women are doing all the work, but even the women everyone has a side job in this, which is very like G.I. Joe-esque in a way.
Yeah,
but it's weird because they gave the women agents like their day, like the men's day jobs were, well, I guess only one of them we know. No, 2 of them. One was a magician, so that's ridiculous. But the other one owned an airfield. But the women's jobs were like singer,
oil wrestling,
and 2 mud wrestlers. Fucking ridiculous. So. The description of this is, there was 2 descriptions. One comes via Amazon, one comes via Wikipedia, and for some reason, they're pretty different. First one, South American gunrunner uses an island in Hawaii as his base of operations. A squad of beautiful government agents is sent to put him out of business. It's not really accurate, but that's okay.
That's not accurate, like at all. He's not using it as a spot of business. Like he pretty much just told them like meet there and like, hey, this is where we have to refuel.
We're in Hawaii. It's so weird. We go to Hawaii and then they're like, we got to go to Vegas. Everything then proceeds to happen in Vegas. It's super fucking weird. And then the second one comes from Wikipedia, and it says, an international crime lord stages a brutal murder to lure federal agents away from Hawaii in an attempt to smuggle weapons from China to South America via Hawaii. which is also untrue. Because the murder is real, but it's an accident. And it's also weird because in the movie, the agents are like, oh, this is a fucking setup for us to go to Las Vegas. And they're like, yeah, but we got to go anyway. Which makes no sense. But then it cuts to Estrada, who's like, oh, well, this kind of worked out for us. They're just going to come to Vegas. What is happening? Like, that was not the plan. Like, it was not. It's so weird. So neither of those are accurate. I wouldn't know how to describe this movie. I would say a group of, like, are they? I guess they are agents. They refer to them as agents, but I'd be hard pressed to. Dude, they never referred to like what government agency they work for. Did you notice that? There's no like, we're FBI. They just call themselves federal agents.
Yes, I had no clue what they were. Dude, to be honest, there's a lot in this movie that I just kind of rolled with it. It's like, whatever. Yeah,
especially the two women, the main ones. Oh, fuck. Their names are Justice and Donna. Justice and Donna are our two main female leads. And I think that's her name, right? Oh, no. Nicole Justin. I thought her name was Justice. All right. Nicole and Donna. Anyway, Nicole and Donna are our two main leads. And they, at the beginning of this movie, are dressed like... I mean, I don't even know what to say. It's almost like sheriff garb. Right? If you want to call it that. I mean, it is...
Yes.
It is the least... effective. I don't know how do I say this? It's not practical clothing to fight crime in. It's like Daisy Duke shorts and cut off sleeve shirts, but they're like that tan sheriff color. Right? It's not practical at all. So we don't know really what they are, but we'll meet them. So do we want to dive right into this?
Let's do it. Dude, I thought it was a great title screen. I know that's like we don't talk about that often. When it popped up, like immediately, I was like, I'm sold. This movie's going to be awesome.
You know, there you can learn a lot from a title screen too, and I think if you put money into the title screen, it shows, and I'm way more interested. So many of these horror movies we do have these like fucking awful title screens with like this generic ass music behind it. It's brutal. It's fucking brutal. This was a great title screen and insane quality. It was really good.
It was, yeah. Probably like most of the budget.
Yeah, probably. The only thing that did fuck me up was there's a opening. It's a lot of stock footage of like Las Vegas and Hawaii. The very first stock footage clip they used was so shaky that I almost threw up, and it only lasted like 3 seconds. Yes. It was the shakiest fucking thing. I was like, if the whole movie is like this, I'm not gonna watch it. Fucking. But then after that, it was fine. But there was like a 3-second clip that it opened up with that I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. Fucking shakiest thing. And we open up with a playmate dancing and singing.
Yes, very busty.
Oh, yeesh. It was... This is the bustiest film I think we've ever covered. Boobs were a thing back then, huh? Like... That's all that mattered, because there was no butts in this.
Yeah, in the Sidaris verse, boobs are king.
Not a butt to be seen. Not a butt to be seen.
Well, there's some butts. There's some butts.
Yeah, but they don't have butts, baby. Like, no thick gals in this. THICC.
Okay.
They've all just got fake boobs. I'm not down with it. I'm not down with these gals. But, listen.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, listen. They're gorgeous, but like to me, it's in the fun '90s way. I just don't get a lot out of them.
Okay,
listen,
I did.
don't. We have a woman singing. She's singing, "Don't play with guns. It ain't much fun." That's our like James Bond-esque title in the song. Theme song. Oh man, we cut to Estrada, who's him and Trejo are connected at the hip.
Yes.
They're buds. And two guys breathing super heavily who are like, this is our big shot. I thought they were going to be performers, but they are assassins.
They're assassins.
And Estrada, they get in the car with Estrada and Trejo, and Estrada says, my friends in Detroit recommend you highly, which I don't think is the way you say that. I think you say you're highly recommended by my friends in Detroit. I don't know. It sounded fucking odd to me. And they're like, yes, sir, Mr. Degas. No, Degas.
Degas.
Yeah, Degas. And he's like, it's Degas. The S is silent. I don't know why that cracked me up. That's just not something like a mobster would say. Like, he might correct them, but he's not going to be like, the S is silent. Yeah, we know the S is... If it's Degas, we know the S is silent. You just say one of those things. You don't say both.
I kind of love this scene because he says that they're highly recommended, and then he's like, "How can you do this? Like, make it clean and not messy?" And they give the most detailed example, right? Like right off the bat, and it's like they talk for like 2 straight minutes, and he's just like, "That's fucking idiotic." And when he said that, I was like, "That I don't know what you're talking about," because that sounded like the best hit I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, except it wasn't, Joe. That hit. Maybe I misunderstood it because it is the most nonsensical story I've ever heard in my life. He's saying it as if we were there with him and we understand what he's talking about. It's so fucking weird. It must be like when we tell a random inside joke on the show. And we're like, why do people care about this? But he's telling the story as if we were there. And they blow a guy up with a fucking olive. And they're like, that's fucking clean.
That is so clean. Dude, a fucking olive? That's brilliant.
Fucking mess. It's the biggest mess. And
but I'm saying, using an olive, if you have that advanced method to kill someone with an olive, you can fucking kill it. He said they were like 3 miles away monitoring.
Okay, you know what? I think you might be right. Because in my head... Yeah.
If I'm trying to pay somebody to murder someone, I'm like, please, like, do not leave any evidence that this was a hit or that, like, leave nothing that can be traced back to me. They're like, oh, I could just fucking kill him with an olive in his salad. Do it. I don't care if it blows him up. I don't care if it poisons him. Just fucking put the olive in his salad. And that's it. That's brilliant.
Yeah, you're right. And also, like, there's no witnesses or anything. And then Estrada's like, what are you, 2 fucking idiots? And then he's like, use these 2 fucking guns.
huge ass guns. Doesn't want to mess.
Which, they're huge guns, and then they're using .22 caliber, which is like not that big of a size, and it's just like a weird thing. And they make sure to tell us what caliber it is later. One of the women's like .22 caliber. It's like, oh, it's like smaller than 9mm.
It would fucking maybe scratch him. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, dude, the weird part was, we see a bullet hole in the first victim, and it was actually a little bit alarming how realistic it was, because it was just the hole. Like, if you've ever seen like a real fucking bullet wound, like it looked like one. It fucking kind of freaked me out. I didn't like it. I like seeing a big mess. But don't worry, the rest of the kills in this are insanely fucking idiotic and over the top, so it doesn't matter. Estrada gives them 2 guns though, and it's like, you have to do it this way. We get a clip of our 2 leading ladies, Donna and I've already forgotten her name because I thought her name was Justice, Nicole. Donna and Nicole running on the beach. And they also dress, like I said, like kind of like park rangers, sheriffs with giant cowboy boots and Daisy Dukes. And it's a little odd. And the hitmen get right to town, man. The hitmen get to work. The setting is Molokai in Hawaii.
Yes.
Right. And these women are law enforcement. We don't know what kind yet. And it turns out Estrada wants to kill one of them, right? And he sees her at a dress shop. And the store owner's like, this is a one-of-a-kind dress. you should try it on. And she's like, okay. So she tries it on. Estrada sees her and is like, tells the hitman, the girl in the green dress wearing the yellow leg, because the girl gave her a yellow leg too. And then the next scene, dude, I love this movie. This movie is so fucking stupid. It's ridiculous. So Estrada's like, killer, green dress, yellow leg. And they're like, on it. Big swerve, cut to the store. Another woman walks out in a green dress, and the woman's like, one of a kind. And they're like, oh. And then she takes off her yellow lei and puts it on that girl. This innocent bystander who's like, thank you so much. Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, that's all going on in Strada's.
Dude, in a movie like this, honestly, thank you, Andy, because that explains like the old switcheroo very well.
Hey, I'm fine with it. It's better than most things we watch.
Agreed. Now, what's not better is this poor girl goes to a restaurant, and these two hitmen are coming after her. Right? They dress as women, which they'll do throughout the movie, which I would argue is like more of a distraction for it. Like if you're a hitman, you want to draw as little attention to you as possible, right? And that's not a comment. Like that's not a comment on people who dress like that. These guys stick out like fucking sore thumbs. I've never seen people more obviously up to no good than these two guys.
I've also never seen just men in dresses. Like, they're not Miss Doubtfiring this by any means. They're just slipping on a dress and, like, a wig. And they've still got 5 o'clock shadows and, like, they're just talking in their voice. They're not behaving like women. They're acting like themselves.
It could not... Especially in this scene, it could not have drawn more attention to them. And the kicker to it is they walk into the restaurant and they shoot this lady, right? And they shoot the guy that he's with, who, by the way, dies slower than anybody I've ever seen. That guy gives the performance of his lifetime getting shot. It's fucking ridiculous. And then they shoot someone else. And then they casually walk into the woman's bathroom after they make the hit.
They change in the women's bathroom and walk out as men. As not to draw attention.
After killing 3 people and everybody up in arms being like, where did those ladies go? Walk into the woman's bathroom, which everybody can see. The woman's bathroom is attached to the building that they just fucking shot these people in. And then, like you said, they walk out as men and be like, ugh. And they both have identifying tattoos on their hands. My favorite
thing too is everyone makes sure to be like, it was 2 women. Like,
everyone.
We saw it with our own eyes. It was definitely...
And you could see that, dude, you could see that cop, like, trying to connect the dots and be like, well, I saw those 2 guys.
Dude,
like,
that was
it keeps flashing on the tattoo.
They solve the crime pretty effortlessly.
There. Right there, yeah. Which rightfully so. These 2 guys walked out of a woman's bathroom carrying duffel bags of what you can assume is like, an arsenal of weapons.
Yeah. And they kill that innocent girl and her innocent boyfriend. And they leave the calling card, which is a jack of diamonds with the words written on it for Donna. I'm sorry. I love this movie so much. It's so fucking idiotic. And like, dude... Imagine trying to kill federal agents and being like, I want them to know who it was.
After this guy gave a huge spiel about making things clean.
Dude, I don't want anyone to know. I don't want anyone to know it was me. Also, can you please leave my name and address on the body?
My business card.
Here's my phone number. They can reach me anytime. That'll show them. Oh my god. Our ladies show up at the scene of the crime. And someone in the background is just screaming, oh no! Like the entire 3 minutes of this fucking scene. It's honestly gave me a headache. She's screaming, oh no, over and over. And thankfully, Nicole pieces this all together really fucking quick because she saw the guys go into the bathroom. She saw the hand tattoo. She's like, hey, man, this is it. And we're on the move. She's like, she knows where they're going for some reason. The guys get in a helicopter, they fly away. And then these two women, they're like, oh shit, they're in a helicopter. And you're like, okay, that's the end of this scene. Nope. They get into a fucking airplane and start chasing them by plane. A plane helicopter chase scene. Amazing. Amazing. And also, again, what exactly is their position where they are expert, like, aircraft flyers? I mean, I guess that would be called a pilot. Aircraft. Where they are expert pilots also? It is crazy.
Yes. Dude, the chase scenes in this movie are fantastic. Also, the fact that nobody can seem to ever chase down a motorcycle is alarming throughout this entire movie.
The chase scenes are all bizarre. Also, the chase scenes always end up with somebody trying to shoot a plane with a gun.
Shoot an airplane with a handgun.
It happens on more than one occasion.
Every time it cracked me up. It's not even like, if they had like a semi-automatic or something, I'd be like, okay, whatever. At least it's like an effort. This fucking little pistol.
Trying to shoot an airplane down. Funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
And we'll also find out they all readily have access to fucking rocket launchers at any time. And they still insist on bringing pistols with them to shoot down aircrafts.
And the rocket launcher, dude, they have rocket launchers everywhere. And for some reason, the end scene, it honestly pissed me off when that guy kept being like, we don't need that. What? Why? Why? Oh my God. It was so fucking weird. And by the way, there's so many prop aircrafts in this. Like, there's no one's driving anything that looks safe. At one point, they're flying what appears to be like a experimental aircraft, right? Like it's like triangular
Sean,
and backwards.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I've never seen anything like that in my entire life.
It's fucking terrifying. That's like the shit John Denver died in. I mean that, like he built, like they had these weird experimental aircrafts that you could build. And that's what he fucking died in, weird shit like that. Never seen anything like it. And for some reason in this movie, they're using it and shooting guns out of it. Oh my God. All right. So they radio some guy named Shane, who looks and also acts like the cop in Twin Peaks, which is not a compliment. The main cop, what's his name?
Dale Cooper?
No. The town cop.
Oh.
He wasn't a great actor.
Oh, why can't I think of his fucking name? Yeah. I can think of his Bobby Briggs.
Well, it's not him.
Bobby Briggs and Big Ed.
Bobby Briggs freaks me out. Michael Ontkeen, Sheriff Harry Truman.
Oh yeah, Harry S. Truman. The fucking guy.
Harry S. Truman. I love David Lynch. Remember when I hated David Lynch? And then
I still hate David Lynch.
And then I watched everything of his, and now I'm like, now I've reversed course.
Yeah, I don't know why. Still a fucking asshole. Harry S. Truman.
Harry S.
Give me a break.
Oh man! All right, so he radios this guy Shane. Shane owns the airplane place, but is also the head of this secret agent squad. And they're flying to Vegas, and we get our first glimpse of women kind of undressing for no reason. They're flying to Vegas and they're taking their clothes off. No nudity though. And for a minute, I thought, I was like, oh wait, maybe this guy just likes, women with big breasts. Maybe it's not necessarily a lot of nudity, right?
Yeah.
That changes.
Immediately, right?
Instantly. The next fucking scene where everyone's just literally showing their breasts for no reason.
The character Edie, right?
Yeah,
that's what we see here. Dude, she's being told about Hawaii and like this whole plan, which do they even tell us what her role is at this point?
No,
This
and
guy
that's why it
shows
was
up
super
and he's just-
confusing.
This guy shows up with his bodyguard, and he's like, Edie, they need us to come to Hawaii. Like, they need us to do this. And she just keeps talking over him. It's honestly infuriating.
About the
And he keeps
microphone.
Dude, he keeps repeating the same thing, and then she just keeps talking over him. He's like, I feel like you're not even listening to me. And for no reason at all, she has her shirt off. And she's like, I'm all ears. And it just, like, freezes on her boobs.
Which is so funny. Like, what a stupid joke. I'm all ears, and then just showing her breasts. Dude, and also, I thought they were dating. I mean, they still might have been. I don't even know.
Dude, I honestly have no clue, because during that scene, the bodyguard, his back is towards her, and the other guy is facing her, talking to her. And when she shows out with her boobs, the bodyguard, like, turns around and is like, ugh. And the guy smacks him in the shoulder. He's like, don't you stare at it. But I don't know if they are dating.
I swore they kissed at the beginning, but there are a couple couples in this film, but I don't think they were one of them.
I honestly don't either.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. Anyway, so she shows her boob.
But that's like the most prime example of gratuitous nudity. There is no need for her to show her boobs.
It was. It really was. And so is the next. This was like, okay, so this is essentially the Armageddon like roundup scene, but for the Triple B series. I guess if you've been invested in the Triple B series to this point, this is the 5th film in it. You'd be like, oh shit, the gang's back together. Being my first installment, I did not have that reaction. But you know that Armageddon scene where it's like
the
Jason Markle Clark Duncan on a fucking motorcycle.
It's a fantastic comparison.
It's the same shit, except there's just boobs everywhere. Every person they try to round up is just topless, being like, look at these breasts.
Dude, the next scene involves the cop and the bodyguard. Is he a cop? I don't even know what he is.
Sure.
But the agent and the bodyguard
Yeah.
showing up at some dive bar, and 2 girls oil wrestling, which, not even mud wrestling. Like, what the fuck is oil wrestling? Which is like,
Looks dangerous
rolling
as fuck.
Dude, the first move that is put like on the other girl, her head, not only hits like, I don't want to call it a mat, but there was like a lump there too. I'm pretty sure
Dude,
could have like knocked her teeth
on the
out.
floor.
I mean, she gets fucking slammed, and we watch them wrestling, and then it's like a legit wrestling match because the other girl gets pinned, and then she gets up and spits on her opponent for cheating, and then it appears they're friends after that.
Oh,
like,
yes, they are 100%. Did you catch their names?
refresh my memory.
It's written on the back behind them. It's Kyler Kim, Kyller Kym.
And Hugs or something, right?
Dude, this is the funniest name I've ever heard in my life. I can't believe somebody wrote this down and was okay with it. Huggins.
Huggins.
Huggins. Oh my god. Also, I've never been more disgusted by an audience in my life. The audience at this show is fucking disgusting.
It is, but also, who else would be at a bar watching that?
I mean, that's true. But, like, also, these women are also secret agents for doing
there's no reason. Dude, you can't be paid that poorly as a secret agent that you have to do that every day during the daytime, right?
Which brings up the second gratuitous nudity shot, which is these women showering by themselves. These women showering by themselves. They're not even talking to the agent who's come to recruit them.
Dude, showering by themselves. I wrote down this line, and I never write down lines in movies. Because, first off, the other girl just spit on her. I would fucking murder anybody that spit on me. Are you kidding me? That's like the most disgusting thing you could do to me. But then they're showering together, like almost touching, and she goes, "My boyfriend doesn't want me to oil wrestle anymore. He doesn't think it's dignified." And the other girl goes, "Neither is a blowjob, but does he complain about that?" And then for some reason, the agent and the bodyguard are in the bathroom, and they don't know that, and they're just listening to them having a conversation, and they both just like look at each other and raise eyebrows, like.
But it cracked me up too because, like, Like, that woman has a point, right? I mean, I know you and I have talked privately about, like, blowjobs are fucking, like, we feel bad for women for having to do that shit, right? She's totally right. It's, like, the least dignified thing to do, ever. But these guys, like, look at each other and are like, oh, yeah, she got a point. And that's the end of the scene. That's how they recruit her.
Sean, that's not even how I interpreted that, because I would honestly be okay if they look at each other like, oh, she has a point. I interpret it as they just heard the word blowjob and they're like, whoa.
You're 100% right. You're 100% right. I mean, that's what it was. I mean,
And you're right. That's the end of the scene. Nothing comes from it. Also, why are they in there? Why are those two men agents in that locker room?
Oh my god. Oh, it's fucking amazing. Oh man. We learned a little bit about Donna and Nicole. I really didn't understand what Eric Estrada was saying. He was just like, they interrupt my business. I don't know why. It was something with like Donna brings crates to another island and that fucks up my business. I don't. Also, his girlfriend in this, Eric Estrada's girlfriend, is just begging to murder people for some reason. She's like, oh, can't I murder the next person? And Eric Estrada's like, not right now, honey. Like, next one. Like, what the fuck? Is fucking bizarre.
Oh my god, I just thought about her final scene.
Oh my god. One of the most incredible scenes of all time. So stupid. Oh, and Eric Estrada and them, after she begs to murder people, they have sex. And I was so afraid I was going to see Estrada's, like, balls or asshole. And I was...
Dude, Eric Estrada's sex scene is not something I was expecting.
Neither was I. And I did not want it to get more gratuitous than it was. But thankfully, our boy Andy Sedaris is on the case. There's no chance he's ever going to allow for male nudity on the set of his films.
Dude, it's so funny that there was a legitimate sex scene, and that arguably showed the least amount of nudity in the movie.
Any scene where a man is involved with a woman, it almost has the least amount of nudity. It's only when women are alone or by them or like with each other.
Fucking Sidaris.
Oh my god, he has a vision, man. He has a vision. Well, the gang ends up going to Las Vegas. The whole crew, they round them up. They go to Las Vegas. Somehow the hitmen know this, and they're flying in that insane plane that we were talking about. And this, oh wait, no, this isn't the hitman. This isn't the hitman. This is just two of Estrada's crew members that do this. And they shoot the plane out of the sky with a ballistic missile launcher that looks like a Black Cat firework, like fucking 2-for-1 special. Like, it's just got 4 Roman candles on it, and it fucking blows this helicopter out of the sky. But because of this, they're stranded in the desert until the most random scene in the movie happens, when some guy dressed as a race car racer driving a 1950s sedan shows up. A 1950s sedan covered in stickers. Dude, he's wearing a fucking helmet. He's wearing a helmet. It's probably the safest car in the world. It's made of, like, solid metal. It's just an old sedan. And he's like, need a lift? And they're like, yeah, we do. That's the end. That's it. This is all we get. We also get a monologue about London Bridge in Las Vegas. Which is funny.
So unnecessary.
Dude, it's so unnecessary. And he's also like, the construction of this bridge. I'm sorry. It's a replica of the London Bridge. Clearly not to scale. It's the smallest bridge I've ever seen. And they're like, he's talking about it like the real London Bridge. He's like, construction took 14 days. It's unbelievable. And he's like, this is the kind of teamwork we need. And we have a whole gang. It's like it's truly like an 80s, like, I don't know what you would call it. Like just a a massive agency, right? Where it's just tons of people, tons of specialties, all together coming to bring the bad guys down, right?
Yes.
They're sharing their intel with each other, and they start planning what appears to be the worst investigation in the history of the world. They're like, okay, I'm going to meet the attorney general. And then somebody's like, I'm going to go to all the drag bars in town. What? The hitmen were not the hitmen were dressed as women to avoid detection.
What, dude, Sean, you're blowing my mind right now because that's 100% true. They're not drag queens, right?
No,
they would not be frequenting a drag bar. They did it to blend in for some reason and avoid detection. But then they show up at the drag bar.
They catch them at the drag bar, and that's not the last time that they will be dressed in drag in this movie. I don't understand it because they are not there. There is no evidence that they are drag. They are in drag ever or prefer drag or anything. They were just doing it for the job, but they just keep dressing like they can only kill women dressed as women.
Yes,
that's what it is. Fucking insane.
So stupid.
So they're investigating drag bars. That's one of their things. Then this one lady's like, I'm going to watch everyone at the casino and figure out who's a new face. Yeah, because, Las Vegas, not that many people there. You'll be able to stick out like a fucking sore thumb.
Dude,
a whole new town.
Every building in Las Vegas is a casino.
Watching people at the casino. She's like, I'll figure out who the new people are in town. Like, what? There's 8 million new people a day, probably. Most insane idea I've ever heard.
She's not even from that town either.
And then the magician is like, the magician who somehow got cast by accident is like, yeah, I'll check these guys that got arrested. Well, we go to the magician first, and thank fucking God, because this might be one of the craziest scenes we've ever talked about. And the fact that this man is not an actor makes it even better.
So he is an actor.
Oh, okay.
He was in other movies. He just wasn't supposed to be in this one.
Okay. I mean, he's terrible regardless, but
Dude, this scene is so fucking ridiculous.
It is the most out of control scene I've ever seen. And the writing, the dialogue is the most unnatural, weird shit I've ever heard in my life.
Dude, everything this guy says is unnatural. And also, the fact that this scene, it has a flashback is the shittiest dude, it's the shittiest flashback. Dude, it did nothing. He could have just kept talking. And the flashback stops short of showing you exactly what happened too. It's the most useless flashback I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah, and also I love that the flashback portrayed his brother as just like another fat guy with glasses.
Was it not just him?
Dude, I thought it was him. And I was like, wait, is this him? And then I was like, I don't know. And then he was like, that was my fucking brother. Also, that was way better acting than him. He's like, that's not my brother. It was my brother. So the magician goes to the police house. He's questioning the gun runners and honestly torturing them. Really. These two men are in police custody. And his performance is so bad and weird that it seems like he honestly seems like a serial killer in this scene.
So that's really funny that you say that because I thought he was going to be the villain, like the secret villain. He's a fucking magician who performs magic acts to torture and trick people.
He is sadistic in this scene. Like he's just like, all right, so what can you tell me about? First question, right? First question out of the gate. Not even we haven't been at it for that long.
Sean, he tells them they're going to play 20 questions. He's like, I'm going to ask you 20 questions, and you're going to answer them. And he just keeps being like, you're going to lose the game.
It's fucking sadistic. He says he's like, tell me about Eric Estrada. And they're like, we don't know, man. And he's like, oh, that's not good. And then fucking whips him across the face with, I don't even know, was it a sword? Just a metal fucking wand? It doesn't matter. It's fucking slicing these guys' faces open. They're like, oh, please. He's like, and then he goes, what's the difference between a terrorist and a magician? You can negotiate with a terrorist. And then he proceeds to shoot two men in handcuffs in police custody away with a fucking shotgun.
Because he gives them two pistols, and that's his alibi. He's like, what? He blows them away with a shotgun, and he comes out and he's like, well, you should have patted them down better.
Oh, dude.
I'm a federal agent, not a street cop. Like, that makes a fucking difference. Also,
Dude,
that's
down. Exactly what he says, and it's the most bizarre. The cops are like, oh my God, what happened? And he's like, I'm a federal agent, not a cop. And I'm like, what do you expect? I was like, what? And he just walks out and puts his sunglasses on. It's one of the most crazy performances I've ever seen.
Also, having those two guys having killed his brother means nothing to anything. Like, why did that happen? It connects no dots.
Joe, and also my favorite thing about this was at this meeting where everyone was together, the only thing I took away from it was the guy was like, listen, no personal vendettas. Like, we do this clean, we do this the right way. Literally, everyone is just murdering other people because of personal vendettas. Starting with this guy. Every single person does this. This guy's like, you killed my brother. Now I'm gonna... These guys had viable information for you.
Oh, dude, we didn't even mention... when he first walks in, both criminals are like, who the fuck is this guy? And they keep saying, dude, they must have said it like 3 times. And then the guy immediately goes, do you know who I am? And it cuts back to them being like, no, just fucking asking.
So the next scene, I don't know what happened. I honestly don't know what happens. But one of the, Nicole, this agent Nicole, it appears her like everyone seems to have like a little bit of a specialty or some type of niche. You know what I mean? Nicole is just railing this blonde guy in every fucking scene, including this scene, which is just a gratuitous, again, boob shot where she's laying on a motorcycle. This guy, this blonde doofus straddles her and is just rubbing her boobs in the sunset.
Dude, it's the widest motorcycle I've ever seen,
dude.
I never thought you could have sex on a motorcycle.
You can't, and he's just rubbing her boobs like in the least sexy manner ever.
Dude, at least like doggy style on a motorcycle, you can like bend over or something. They're having missionary sex on a motorcycle.
But like honestly, his pelvis is at her belly button. He's just straddling her. It's bizarre. And he's just mashing her boobs up, and she's just no way that feels good. And that's a whole ass scene, man. That's a whole ass scene in this movie.
It's so unnecessary.
Now we go to the drag bar, the next part of the next phase of the recon. Which again, we were like, why would they be there? But the hitmen are. The hitmen are in drag, the agents are in drag, and nothing happens.
Oh, we forgot to mention, right before the magician interrogation scene, we find out that one of the ladies is the mother of the other one.
Oh, right. Wait. Has that happened yet?
Yeah, it happened right before the magician scene.
Okay, all right. I don't know why I skipped over that.
Because for some reason, one of the other agents is like, that I forget what he calls it. He calls her a name. He's like, "Is a real mother," and she's like, "Oh, that is my mother."
Oh yeah, it's fucking insane. So and that's the district attorney or no,
Yes.
the attorney general, the attorney general is her mom. And they have a conversation that basically results in the mom being like, why don't you have fucking kids? And her being like, well, we're not all cut out for the job. And the mom goes, tell me about it. Wait, what? Did you just confess to being a bad mom? What? This is supposed to make the end be a payoff to that relationship, and it's not. Because, I mean, I don't want to get to, well, fuck it. At the end, the mom, for whatever reason, is like, where'd you learn that? And she's like, Dad. And they both smile at each other. And I'm like, what the fuck? The fuck does that mean? So, I guess relationship not fucking fixed. It wasn't like, I learned it from you.
Oh, yeah.
I learned
That would have made sense.
I learned it from Dad, and they both just smile at each other. Oh boy! All right, we're watching the casino. Wait, what is this note? Oh, right. The next part is the people watching the casino. The lady who was like, "I'm gonna watch everyone that walks into the casino." Well, that pays off really quickly. Within 5 minutes, she's like, look at Estrada over there. I was like, wow, that fucking worked out pretty well. She's like, he's a high roller. Estrada, though. By the way, that magician killed those two guys behind closed doors in a police headquarters. And for some reason, everyone knows this magician is the guy that killed them. Estrada's like, is that the guy that killed our dudes? And Trejo's like, yup. And he's like, he tells the girlfriend, he's like, you know what? Now's your time to shine, baby.
And shine she does. This is my favorite kill in the whole.
Shine she does. But wait, before we get to her kill, we have two ninjas breaking into a gym where the agents are working.
Well, before you get there, it is important, believe it or not, to the final scene to note that this magician's doing a magic trick, and there's a trap door in this casino because he puts the girl in that
that's
encasement, which usually, dude, usually you would like stick knives through it and stuff. literally, he just opens the trap door so she's not there anymore. She could have just walked out the back.
I don't think he even opens it to the crowd. He's just like, she's not in there anymore.
Shittiest trick, dude. Fucking Vegas magician doing that shit. But yeah, it is important because that button on the floor comes back into play.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we have ninjas for some reason.
Two ninjas show up. They beat the shit out of an agent. They lock the bodyguard in a closet. So I guess he's not that great of a bodyguard. The ninjas got the upper hand on him. One of the ninjas, of course, as ninjas do, says, "Hiya!" and is interrupted by Donna, who goes,
says, "Yeah, I'll let you say it.
You can do it. You do the honors."
He goes, "Hiya, my ass," and shoots him with an enormous magnum.
Fucking blows him away. Blows his fucking guy away. Hiya, my ass.
Written by my dad.
Nicole's still fucking that blonde agent in the next scene, but again, she's like the only one not doing anything, and she's really in the middle of all of this.
Yes.
All right. Oh, but her fucking that guy leads to Estrada killing the magician because they go off fucking, and the girlfriend, Estrada's girlfriend's able to slip onto the yacht. And kills the magician's girlfriend or wife.
Yes, she shoots her.
Shoots her.
But the magician is away from the boat because he's like fish. Dude, he's fishing like an idiot. He's also so far away from the boat that there's no way that his girlfriend would ever hear him. But he's still yelling back and forth, like, "Oh, look what I got for dinner!" He's
like, "I'm gonna need another beer. We got a fish fry tonight." He's caught two of the smallest fish I've ever seen.
Sean, those are literally the two smallest fish that you could ever possibly catch.
Two fucking perch.
But she does hear him, and she sends a beer over to him via, remote controlled boat, like a little kid's toy boat that could only handle a beer. And she sends it over to him, and he gets the beer. He sends it back, and then Estrada's girlfriend shows up, shoots the girlfriend in the back of the head, and you're like, oh, okay, right. She's gonna shoot this guy now. No, she sends over another beer on that little mini boat, and when he picks it up, there's a fucking grenade underneath it, and it causes the biggest explosion I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah, it was the best scene of all time. The remote control boat. Dude, a can of beer would sink that boat. A can of beer on top of a grenade would 100%. That boat's not good. Fucking little RC boat in 1990.
Dude, it's like those boats that you build for those races that you do in
Absolutely.
like the 1950s.
Joe, and like, dude, I remember getting RC cars in like the mid 90s, not even 1990. And like the battery held a charge for like 3 seconds. It was dog shit. They were awful. There's no way this boat fucking works. But anyway, he grabs the beer, and the beer tab is connected to the grenade pit. And fucking the magician pulls it and is like, oh shit. Oh, I love it.
Which also, there was so much time between him pulling it. He's just looking at the beer and like down at the grenade and then back at the beer. Like,
honestly, just throw the fucking grenade in the lake.
Johnny, he's not. Dude, the grenade is in the little boat. It's not in his hand. He has the beers in his hand. Just fucking roll over and you'll be out of the grenade's way. It's gonna blow up in the water.
Oh, that's fucking insane. We reconvene at the dead magician's boat. Everyone's there, and everyone's so pissed that the magician's dead. Oh, also they've kidnapped the attorney general, a.k.a. Donna's mom.
The mom, which is funny because she also has a bodyguard. And they abduct her in front of the bodyguard. And I've never seen... Dude, that guy... His delayed reaction couldn't have been scripted. I honestly just think it's that guy. Because he was so old. And they abduct her and he's like, hey, wait a minute. And like fumbles for his gun to pull out, and then he immediately gets shot.
I hope it was her real bodyguard, like set security. Totally inept.
It might have been. It's fucking useless.
It is said that Andy Sedaris used local people constantly. Like people who were just around and just like threw them.
Shut. That guy probably had no clue he was in a movie. Like I was probably just standing there and he saw some woman get grabbed. He's like, hey, what's happening here?
We cut to Estrada, who's got the attorney general locked up. And like, this is where it gets to be like a really, like, not a really bad movie, but like there's just moments where you're like, oh God, like who the fuck wrote this? Because Estrada's like, hey, you might know me as the Jack of Diamonds. We've literally never heard that, but now it makes sense why you're leaving the fucking card around. Because you're like, dude, there's scenes where people are like, why the card? And he's like, ooh, what's it to you? Like, dude, your name's the Jack of Diamonds. Everyone should know that. Like, you're the biggest kingpin.
Why are people not calling you that?
Right. And all of a sudden he's like, ooh, you might know me as the Jack of Diamonds. And then he actually like, yeah, it's fucking weird. Anyway, Estrada starts raping the attorney general, which he's already a bad guy. I don't think we really need this scene. Dude,
right.
And the attorney general is like, oh no! Which, like, by the way, fair reaction, but like, oh my God, like, not what I signed up for an Andy Sidaris film.
Agreed, but also during the scene, Estrada is like, "Oh, and by the way, I'm the one who killed your husband." And he's like, "And business is never personal, except this time it is." But, I don't even get it. You've already killed the guy. What the fuck's your problem? Yeah,
he's a conflicted man. He does not know what's happening. And then this is when we get the gun distribution scene where they're like, all right, everyone take a gun from the set. Women, here's a gun. It's about 3 inches long. Men, take the biggest gun you can. I did love Edie. Edie went rogue, though, right? They're like, where's Edie? And they can't find her. And one guy's like, Jesus fucking Christ. which is weird. And she has gone to kill the girlfriend of Eric Estrada.
Yes.
Which I thought would have been like an unsuccessful mission. You know, the way they're building it up and you know, just how most action movies work. You'd think like she dies in vain trying to kill her and, you know, they'll get her back. No, she just fucking blasts this woman. But not before playing magic tricks.
Sean, she does not play a fucking magic trick. First of all, Estrada's wife, we get butt and boobs from her for no reason. She's just getting into a tub, which she does not need to be doing. But this girl, Edie shows. Was it Edie? Is that her name?
Edie.
Yeah, she shows up. She's just standing there, and Estrada's girlfriend's like, "Fuck you," and shoots at her, right? And it hits a mirror. And then you're like, oh, okay, yeah, she's standing behind a mirror. But then Estrada's girlfriend proceeds to fire off, it can't be any less than 12 shots. And all 12 of them, the most fucking mirrors in the house I've ever seen. All 12 of them are just hitting mirrors. And then finally she's out of bullets. And Edie's like, I know what kind of gun that is, and you have no bullets left. And it zooms to her, and she's just standing in the doorway. So it's like,
she's standing right in front of her.
How could she have been that confused as to where she's aiming? Like,
she's standing right in front of her, and just based on and there's a mirror right next to her, and nothing looks like it's real except for her. Oh my god, I love it. And why does she have a house of mirrors in her bathroom?
Exactly. Why is there so many mirrors there?
45 mirrors.
Sean, can you imagine even if there wasn't someone trying to kill you, how distorting that would be? Just like anybody walking into that room? A fucking panic attack every single time.
Taking a bath, you get out, you just fucking slip and die.
You have no clue what's happening. You're so disoriented.
Oh my god. We're setting up for the big showdown now. Nicole goes to the bathroom. This movie, I love this movie because, dude, you have no concept of time or where people are or who they're with. It's so confusing. And honestly, they seem just as confused as I did because there's multiple scenes where they're like, hey, where are they? And all anyone says in the dialogue is like, you know where they are. It's like, no, I don't think you do. I don't think you have an answer. Because for some reason they go to the hotel because they're going to confront Estrada, right? And for whatever reason, Nicole's like, I got to use the bathroom. So she goes to the bathroom. And the two hitmen are for some reason in drag just hanging out in the bathroom. And Nicole fucking kills them. So
I love it. I love it.
And then one of the male agents comes in and is like, this is what happens in the ladies' room? Yeah, you fucking bozo. Oh my god. Meanwhile, one of the girls again keeps being like, what about the missile launcher? And they're like, why would we ever need a missile launcher? Well, that means we're going to need it. So
Sean, I would honestly argue though, when it's finally used, it was the most unnecessary time in the entire movie to have used that weapon.
Not only is it it's the most unnecessary time, and she uses all 4 missiles.
All 4 rockets, yeah.
They took down a plane with 1 round. The scene she uses it in.
Shooting a guy point blank. It would have killed her as well.
Oh my god. Estrada is playing the Bond villain. He's on stage and he's like, I've got the Attorney General. Come get your mom, you idiot. Everyone's all split up. I don't know where everyone is. They just keep encountering each other and being like, we got news. And the other one's being like, yeah, us too. And there is no news.
There is none. There's none.
Oh my god. Donna is walking around with a fucking missile launcher in the casino looking for Estrada. Like it's a handgun. She's turning corners like police do to clear with a missile launcher. Dude, even if she like accidentally hit the trigger, she'd be fucking dead. Like it would hit a wall and she'd be fucking dead. But that's not, no one's concerned with that. But we do cut to the agent Shane, who was given one of the larger guns during that scene. Joe, this guy can't stand up on 2 feet for more than like 5 seconds. He keeps slipping and falling and shooting and missing. And I thought it was a gag. I couldn't figure out, because this was never shown in the rest of the movie. But suddenly it's like, oh, get it? Shane sucks at everything. And I was like, well, why did we give him the biggest fucking gun?
Well, it comes in the handy, right?
Does it? Because...
Well, he slips, right?
Yeah, yes.
Well, because Danny Trejo shows up.
Right.
And this fucking bumbling idiot... Yeah. And this bumbling idiot is going after him, and the guy slips. And because he has that big gun, it fucking fires at a sandbag that's, holding up a light, like in a Looney Tune.
Right.
And it falls, and it nearly misses Trejo. And he's like, haha, yeah. The entire beam comes down and just absolutely crushes Trejo. And it honestly looks disgusting.
Dude, it was such a good effect. It was crazy. It was actually disgusting. Like you said, he is mangled under that thing. And Trejo's dead by pure luck.
Yes.
And Shane's like, gotcha. And so he's like, what? You fucking fell. Well, this is it. This is the end. Donna encounters Estrada and her mom, who's being held hostage. And she uses the magician's button to shoot her mom down a hole. Fun fact, Donna was not a magician, did not work with the magician. So, I don't know why she thought that would work, but...
But it did.
But it did. And then, as the mom is only 4 feet away from Estrada, just below him, Donna shoots 4 fucking missiles at a man maybe 5 feet away from her.
It would have killed everyone in that room.
Everyone in the room. And then the mom goes, where'd you learn to shoot like that? Are you serious? It is a missile at point blank range. Anyone could shoot that.
You just pull the trigger.
Dude, your 2-year-old son could do that. Fucking ridiculous. He's 2, right?
He is, yeah.
Okay, all right. It's over, they say. They catch the Japanese aircraft, which we don't really know anything about. That was hardly discussed.
That guy showed up in the very beginning, and we just knew that plane was refueling there.
You know it didn't show up at the very beginning? Well, they confront the Japanese aircraft, and they're like, guess who's back? And this guy that looks like Eazy-E pulls up behind the blonde agent. The weirdest thing I've ever seen. Pulls up behind the blonde agent and is like, I got your back. Like whispers that in his ear. And I wasn't even sure if he was a bad guy or not. And it turned out he was.
And then they have the entire U.S. Army show up.
Yeah, the U.S. Army shows up and is like, well, we got you guys. It's like, wait, I don't even know. You just exploded everyone in Las Vegas. I don't even know who the fuck these people are. Does it even matter? You just fucking blew up an entire city. But the best part, the very end, that's the end. I mean, that's the fucking end. But there is one end scene where Nicole and Donna running to each other on the beach. Baywatch style. And they give each other the most awkward high five.
It's like the Rocky pose, or not the Rocky pose, the Predator.
The Predator, Arnold, yes.
When Arnold and
you son of a bitch, yeah. What's his name? Like Dolan, you son of a bitch, something like that.
I can't remember. I'm blanking.
Dolan Duck. Well, that's it. And then they do that awesome thing that they used to do in the 80s where they just replay the movie at the end, but with using like 3-second clips.
Yes.
Which how I wish I digested this movie. Do you recommend Guns for people to watch?
Listen, I am very glad that we're branching out and doing horror movies, and movies like this are super fun to me. I had a blast doing it. So the answer is yes, I do. It's no stone. So the bar is Stone Cold, right? Stone Cold is going to be very hard to dethrone. Is it a Stone Cold? No.
No, not even close.
But I do recommend it.
I agree. Dude, my girlfriend said to me, and she is not somebody that consumes a lot of TV or movies. She said randomly out loud today, while I was going through Plex, she was like, oh, I love the Boz. I was like, what? I was like, that is so crazy. She's like, Stone Cold is so good.
Sean, Stone Cold might be... I'm not being facetious, or like Stone Cold might be the greatest movie I've ever seen.
Wait, also, can I tell you something? So, our friend Buzz, he is an insane person. He loves action movies, right?
Yes.
I mean, is his taste great? No, it's awful.
No.
It's
one of the worst.
It's terrible. But the amount he's seen is crazy. And after we recorded that episode, I texted him and I said, you have to watch Stone Cold. Like, it's so fucking good with the bots. And he's like, oh yeah, I remember it. I watched it a lot when I was younger. I was like, what? He's like, I gotta revisit that. I was like, what the fuck?
He said the same thing to me. Same thing to me.
What the fuck? I was like, how have you seen... Like, you're the only person on Earth that's seen this. Like, at that age, too, especially. Like...
Right. Yeah.
Everyone's kind of rediscovering it, I feel like. But, yeah, no, this is no Stone Cold. It's not even close. But, man, it's something. It's something. I have a feeling Hard Ticket to Hawaii is really going to be a...
I am very excited. Very excited for it.
I think it might... I think it's going to one-up this. Because
I think so, too.
All I can imagine is Estrada had some say in this and was like, listen, man, I'm not fucking doing that. But I feel like there's no one in Hard Ticket to Hawaii that's going to deny anything.
I mean, Hard Ticket to Hawaii is known, right? Nobody knows about guns. Nobody fucking knows about guns.
No.
Nobody. Hard Ticket Hawaii, yes. And I think there's a reason for that, and I'm very excited to find out the reason for that.
The thing about Guns, too, and I mean maybe Andy Sedaris in general, which is, I'm interested, not interested. When I was watching this, I was like, dude, when you watch a movie and they make fun of an action movie, like they have a fake action movie on in the background or something like that, or they're spoofing an action movie within their movie, it's basically an Andy Sedaris movie, right? Like, right. It's so over the top and crazy, and that's what this was. It was a fake action movie it was a real action movie, though.
Yes. That is actually a perfect summary of this. It's like everything that you would expect to be spoofed, except he was being 100% serious.
Right, because the spoofs are always like, oh, look at these big-breasted women shooting guns and, like, things blowing up. And really, when you see an action movie, that's not really what happens. It absolutely does in Andy Sedaris' fucking movies. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Oh, you know what? I got to find this deal. Somebody... I'm a little drunk, so I can't think straight. Somebody messaged me and asked if we've seen the new Rambo movie. Have you seen that?
No. Wait, the newest one?
Yes.
There was one that came out like a couple of years ago, right?
There's one that came out when I was in college, and I loved it.
I loved that one.
Rambo Last Blood. They described it as Home Alone meets Friday the 13th.
Oh, yeah, 2019. Oh, my God. Chip
Willis recommended that. One spicy sausage on Instagram.
Okay, so...
That sells me. I gotta be honest with you. Home Alone meets Friday the 13th. I'm intrigued.
The Rambo from 2008 was, like, way better than it should have been.
Dude, that movie was fucking insane. 50 caliber gun just blowing people away.
Dude, oh my god! You know what, dude? I need to revisit that. I forgot about that scene because, like, it's like really when you think about Rambo, right? It's like it is a political statement. The first one, right?
Dude, the first Rambo is about a decorated war vet who can't get the help at home, and like, it's honestly like heart wrenching.
Yeah.
And he kind of like has a psychotic break, and like you feel bad for him because he should have had more help, right?
Right.
It's like what are we doing for our vets once they come home? Like we abandon them.
Right.
And then it just turns into Rambo just fucking murdering entire countries.
Yeah.
Going in the 2008 when he goes to Burma and just fucking murders everyone that lives there. It's ridiculous.
Dude, yeah, you're right. And even Rambo 2 and 3, yeah, like you said, like the whole concept was kind of like, hey, Rambo, we saw what you did to our town, so we're gonna send you to another country to do that there, And it's fucking like unbelievable. I've not seen the 2019 one, Last Blood, but here's you can tell it's gonna be a fucking pile of shit because he's wearing. He's not dressed as Rambo. He's just old Sylvester Stallone. Like he's wearing like, I don't know, like he's just wearing like normal clothes. There was a Rambo animated show in '86. That's insanity. It's fucking ridiculous.
For the kids.
What child doesn't want to see a Vietnam vet murder people? What? I'm trying to... It says future. Is there more coming out?
I don't know.
Oh my god, Bollywood. In May 2013, Original Entertainment confirmed to have sealed a 5-picture deal with Millennium Films to produce Bollywood remakes of First Blood, The Expendables. I don't know why these other ones are in here. 16 Blocks, 88 Minutes, and Brooklyn's Finest.
Wow.
With the prediction, dude, give me that, baby. I want to see the Bollywood First Blood. Oh my god. Wow. Stallone has expressed interest. Oh my god, Joe. First of all, let's just say that the last movie was in 2019, and it's called Last Blood. Stallone has expressed interest in having Rambo take refuge in an Indian reservation for the 6th Rambo film. In June 2020, Stone briefly elaborated on the idea, stating, "If I ever did another one, I think he would go back to the Indian reservation that he grew up on because he has Indian family." Cool.
Okay. This is Rambo shooting up casinos. People are trying to build a casino on the reservation. That's what he's taking down.
Dude, an Indian reservation would be like, please get away. Like, we already have it hard enough. Like, can you please fucking leave us alone? Oh, I got to get this 2019 one, though. I haven't seen this 2 or 3 in forever, though. Do you remember them?
No, I really want to revisit them.
All right, I'll have to get those for us. Anyway, that was a fucking tangent from just somebody being like, you should watch the new one. So sorry about that. Well, that's the end of this episode, guys. Thank you all for your support. The orders are going out. I appreciate everyone's patience with that because I felt fucking bad. That took way too long. But moving and packing packages was a fucking nightmare. And this Saturday, patreon.com/IHateHorror. Mangled Tier Expert members get to come on in for free. We are doing Hard Ticket to Hawaii, and that'll be our new episode for this week. We're taking the week off because Joe is moving Sunday, so that'll be it for the week. We'll be doing that. We'll release something new for general audiences, but Patreon members, Mangled Tier, you'll get the live show, and then we'll release it as a bonus episode also to Patreon after. So that's that. Facebook.com/IHateHorror, Instagram.com/IHateHorror, Twitter @IHateHorrorShow, and that's it. Joe, where can we find you?
Instagram, Boognish1985.
That's it, guys. Oh, what are we going to do when we come back? Or should we leave it a surprise for now?
Let's leave it a surprise.
Leave it a surprise. All right, we'll find something. We get a lot of requests. Nothing but trouble, dude. Is that what it's called? Nothing but trouble.
Yeah.
That's a horror movie, man. I'm sorry. Like, that's fucking terrifying. Do you agree with that or no?
I mean, Dan Aykroyd's makeup is fucking disgusting. I do not agree it's a horror film. But
Really? I mean, I haven't seen it since I was a kid. Dude, it's in a 1991 American black comedy horror film.
it's not a fucking horror film.
Joe,
But,
it is
all right.
that is horrifying. That movie is fucking terrifying.
If you say so. I watched it recently. It's not.
Well, like, I would put it like with People Under the Stairs. Is that a horror movie?
Yes, Sean, you would not fucking watch it. You would not put it with people under the stairs.
I honestly haven't seen it in decades. So you're 100%. It's gonna be.
It's just a bunch of people that go to this like abandoned amusement park, and then Dan Aykroyd's disgusting prosthetic makeup ass shows up. He's like, you gotta eat this sausage and ride this roller coaster. And Digital Underground shows up and performs the same song. There's nothing scary about this.
That's my favorite synopsis of that movie I've ever heard. All right, fine. All right. Whatever. All right. That's all I've got. So guys, see you Saturday. Super excited. I'm so fucking pumped. It's going to be the best time. Oh, I love live shows now. All right.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, it's going to be so good, guys. So
even when quarantine ends, like I want to do live shows in person, obviously, but I'm still down to do this.
No, we're going to keep it going. Except when quarantine ends, we'll just do it side by side.
Yeah. All right.
So we don't have to do like camera. It'll be great. And then Paul will be our bartender, as we discussed in Patreon or on the Instagram Live. He'll just be at the bar, disgruntledly scrubbing the bar with a rag. He kind of agreed to it. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate all the support. It's always amazing, as always. And that's it. So for Joe, this is Sean. Stay weird.
Thank you.
Adios.
I dissect. Movies all fucking day.
I wanna play.